Did y'all know they over in Mexico tearing white people's asses up right now? If you don't believe me, you can go look it up. But the Mexicans that are in Mexico are literally coming after people who are claiming to be nomads. You know, all those boomers who have now retired and are looking for a cheaper place to live with their retirement. They decided to go to Mexico and try to gentrify Mexico. And they said, no, sir, no, ma'am. The Mexican people are going through their cities where they've built all these places of shops and restaurants, and they are breaking everything. They are blaming this boomer generation and these digital nomads for the reasons why the price of living is going up. They said that over the last 5 years, just rent alone has gone up 43% because of them. They said that because of them, they are now having to choose between groceries, rent, and electricity. And they didn't waste no time telling them, get the fuck out. They even said they was coming on their beaches telling them that their mariachi bands can't play their music. The nerve. That's a cultural thing that's been going on there forever. Why would you think you get to go to someone else's country and tell them what to do? There was even one of the protesters who was quoted stating, this is how colonialism works, and we're going to put a stop to it before it ever even happens, honey. And they don't look like they're joking around, busting windows straight out, honey.
So currently in Mexico, there is protesting going on around American immigration to Mexico. The locals are demanding that the Americans learn Spanish, pay their taxes, and respect the local culture. I would just like to say, good for them, and so should we. If you move to a new country, you should learn the local language, you should learn the local culture, and you should follow the law. This same basic logic should also and does also apply to places like Canada, the United States, the UK, and Europe. For some reason, a lot of Westerners feel uncomfortable saying that out loud. If you move to Canada, you should learn English or French. If you move to the United States, you should do so legally. And if you move to the UK, well, maybe you shouldn't try to change it into whatever country you originally came from. It's become way too common in the West for diasporic communities to move to our countries and not follow these basic principles. We put up with it because we feel like if we said something about it, it could be perceived as racist. But here's the thing, you don't need to look very far to realize that that's wrong. Every other country enforces their culture, so why don't we?
Mexican people, they are not here to play. They are not here to play, Charlie. They are not here to play. Like, they are serious. Like, they're not here to even look at your face. They are saying, Americans, go. We do not care. Even if now they give us all the resources, go. Go to your country. Go to your country. I really feel bad for these people anyways, like the people that are actually living there, like the Americans that are actually living there right now, and they're going through all of this hot heat in this hot weather. I feel for them anyways. Let me allow you guys enjoy the remaining clips of this video. I'll come back with commentaries. Yeah.
Man, my Mexican brothers and sisters have had it. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but if you watching social media and you see what's going on, so what's happening right now in Mexico is they're protesting all the nomads, all the Americans that are moving over there with their retirements, taking vacations over there, buying up property, running up the cost of apartments and homes and food and those types of things, and they're not able to afford it. So they are, when I say they're protesting, they legitimately showing up at restaurants and buildings and pulling people out of there. You dig what I'm saying? This goes back to what I've always said, and I always tell people, man, we are all brothers and sisters, and you better watch how you treat people. Because the same people that will say, I hate immigrants, I hate Mexicans, send them all back, will literally sit down at the kitchen table and write up a plan for their family to go to Cancun. Take that American dollar down there and have those people treat them like they're some kind of royalty. But in the same breath, they talk about how they hate them and don't want them around. Y'all better start watching how you treat people. What they're saying is, y'all are gentrifying the area, running up all the prices, and they're not having it. I'm just a messenger. Don't hate on RDP. You dig what I'm saying? I try to get my best to get along with everybody, because while you're sitting there preaching that hate and throwing that hate out there, some of your relatives and some of your friends may be over there in that country right now experiencing the hate that you have brought upon them. Be mindful, man. We are all God's children, and you better watch out how you treat every black, brown, and white person, because you never know when the shoe's gonna be on the other foot. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't believe me, man, just type in Mexican riots. Just type in Mexico, just type in gringo and see what's happening. Don't take my word for it. I'm just a messenger. Y'all better wise up, man. Get your shit together.
Americans go to Mexico work for American companies, pay the U.S. income tax, but they enjoy the low cost of living in Mexico. And in order to accommodate, Mexicans are losing their ability to live in areas where they used to because now they've been occupied by Americans. Mexicans come to the U.S., they work in the U.S., doing jobs no one wants to do, often making less than the average person that would do that job, earning much less wages than their counterparts if they were to do the same job. No Americans are losing their ability to live in a home, and no Americans are being kicked out to accommodate the Mexicans that are crossing the border to work here. Mexicans pay income taxes to the U.S., not to Mexico. Instead of the old neighborhoods where you used to have a little corner store, a little cafe, a little taco stand, now they have art galleries and restaurants that accommodate the foods that Americans enjoy without any spices. It's not the same.
I don't know if my question off anyways, but let me know if it is. Why do people think that Americans have the right to like deport Mexicans and Mexicans do not have the right to protest? I go on my FYP and I see videos like that and I'll be like, what were you thinking that Mexicans will not come up and say something? Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mexicans actually protesting for nomads. And for those ones that don't know about nomads, these are where Americans are actually residing in Mexico, and it's becoming so unbearable for the Mexicans right now. So they feel like Americans are coming to like take their place. Americans are coming to like do the job that they're supposed to do, while them in America, they're going to be doing like a harder job. Anyways, let me roll out the clips for you guys so that I will not talk too much, and then I will come back with commentaries.
Please tell me that you guys have heard about the protests that are happening in Mexico, where the Mexican people are protesting against the American migrants. Ironic, right? Yeah, these American people that are moving into their country and bringing their gentrification ways along with them, right? They're increasing the price on rent, increasing the pricing of goods, essentially kicking the locals out. What I'm trying to understand is, how is it that we have a president that just signed a bill into law where it includes a budget of $46 billion to complete a border wall when the Mexicans are literally stating, we don't want y'all here. We don't want you here. Who is this wall really for? What is this wall really for? Where is this $46 billion really going? If the Mexicans, the actual Mexican citizens, are not only stating you don't have to worry about us jumping the fence, but we actually are dealing with our own fight of getting you the fuck out of here. And actually, come to think of it, if we are cutting Medicaid, right? We're making cuts to Medicaid. Why the fuck is there still taxes being taken out of my check to go to Medicaid? You guys are cutting it. You don't need that money. So why are you still taxing me? Huh? If you guys are cutting Social Security, why the fuck are you still taxing me Social Security? You don't need the money because you're cutting it. You're cutting it. So where's my money going? Is this really just a big transfer of wealth, like everybody has been stating?
Do you know how obnoxious you have to be to piss off the most hospitable people on the face of planet Earth, right? A los ciudadanos del país de Mexico, right? To the point where they're like, afuera, ringa afuera. Like, we're done, right? We're done. Like, it's so crazy, right? Because I made some content about this a couple of months ago. Like I told y'all, right? The Mexicans were getting done, right? When folks were going to the restaurant, y pide la carta en inglés, and like, come on, like learn Spanish, bro. It's not that hard to learn basic Spanish. And then driving up the rents, acting like you in the 51st state when you're in a completely different country. They had enough, man. They had enough, and I'm there for it. I hope all of these gringos, all of these fools get about 15,000 quiero llorars and get the hell out of there, man. Because again, they have really, really messed up the situation, or tried to mess up the situation in one of the best countries in the world, which is Mexico. Much love, baby. Estoy aquí en la lucha contigo.
Why do I feel like personally Mexicans are kind of giving Americans all of this and making them go out by fire by force because they want to like send a message of karma? You know what they say, what goes around comes around, something like that. I don't know. That is how I'm feeling. If my feeling is wrong, please let me know in the comment section. Probably I might be getting it all wrong, right? I do not know. I stand a chance to be corrected because according to one video that I actually watched, the Mexico guy was actually explaining and he said something. He said Americans come to stay in Mexicans in this particular nomads areas whereby they live affordably, like everything, standard of living and everything is sweet, cheap for those ones that are staying there. Why Mexicans go to American to do jobs that even Americans themselves cannot do? Jobs like working in the factory, farm, taking care of aged people. And at the end of the day, they cannot even live that comfortability that Americans are actually living in Mexico. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, like, for that alone, that is gonna be like a no-no for them. They are now going to do what? To move out Americans so that at the end of the day, those Americans that are coming to Mexicans to earn high, to make more money, and then stay in that small area that they will spend less, they should go back to their country and do the job in their country and then get their standard of living. Anyways, I don't know if I'm making sense, right? But is this karma? Is this karma? Is this karma? Because all of this actually started when Donald Trump started imposing different tariffs, deportation. Anyways, let me just roll out the remaining videos for you guys. I'll come back with commentaries.
What is the difference between this and this?
The difference is that in one of those photos, there are people defending their land against the greatest colonial empire trying to take it away. While in the other photo, it is the greatest colonial empire engaging in its colonial project. Hence, those two groups are not the same. One of them is a colonizing group, the other is a group resisting neocolonization, which is, in terms of Mexico, gentrification. And you will never ever find me ever criticizing a resistance group for using violence against their oppressors. The looting, rioting, the destruction of property that you see in Mexico right now against gentrification pales in comparison to the violence inflicted by the gentrification itself to the people in Mexico. Because gentrification is violent. It destroys livelihoods, it destroys families, it destroys lives, it destroys an entire culture and history of a people. It is a great disservice to discuss current events in a vacuum, not recognizing that there are centuries of power dynamics at hand. And more importantly, not recognizing the systemic damage that oppression, imperialism, neocolonialism, gentrification does on a people. By holding resistance movements to standards of nonviolence while not doing the same for their oppressors, it's like you're tying Mexican people's hands behind their back while gentrifiers and the United States is just punching them in the face. By drawing the false equivalence between the United States' inhumane and oppressive immigration policies against specifically Mexicans and Mexicans' resistance against those and against the United States' gentrification of their country and their culture is not only ahistorical, but it's also anti-liberationist. The use of violence by resistance movements against their oppressors is not only justified, it is necessary for their liberation.
I just pray things get sorted out on time because if anybody should wake up one morning and say Mexicans are going to be deporting Americans, it's gonna be like no dream coming. Like, but They are destroying their restaurants, American restaurants. They are destroying Americans' cuisines. They are destroying American stuffs, shops, and so on and so forth. You know when American will open mouth and be telling you, we want to boycott Africa. We want to boycott. Like this is Mexico now boycotting. This one has gone beyond deportation. Is now boycotting. Like they've had it up to here. And from watching all their videos that I've seen, I feel like do to others what you want people to do to you. I'm feeling for those people. Do not get me wrong. I'm feeling for those people because all this thing that they are going through right now is because of Trump. It's because of their presidency. It's because of Mr. President. Like I said, who are we to tell Mr. President what to do or what not to do? So all what Americans are going through right now is MAGAs for Trump that are causing this. You understand? Because normal, these people are just living their life peacefully there. And now all of a sudden, because of Mr. Trump coming to bring out different rules and regulation, and these Mexican people feel like if you're giving us these rules and you're deporting our people, then it is high time for us to also deport Americans. It is high time for us to also go into protest and said, no, it is a no. You people cannot come and rape in our own country. Why our people are getting deported? But one of the problem I have is, why do Mexicans think, because most of the videos I've been seeing, why do they think that Donald Trump is just deporting just the Mexican and this deportation was all about them? Because for me, it's not all about the Mexicans. It is for every single person. Nigerians were also deported. Ghanaians were deported. Different countries, Gambians, and so on and so forth. They were deported. Some persons actually decided to even deport themselves before Donald Trump actually deported. So then seeing it as in, this is why this deportation was really massive, was because of we Mexicans. I really feel like that is like a no-no. Like they should like erase that out of their brain. You understand what I'm trying to say? But anyways, let me know if you're watching this video. Could this be Kamal? I really want to know, because I really feel for people that are getting deported, people that their shop is being destroyed, their properties is being destroyed. And let me tell you guys, Mexicans are not seeing this fun. Like they're not even joking. Like they're serious. Like they are 100% serious with this. Like they're not even looking back. Their own is, you people must go. Like it's none of our business. You people should just go and just let us have our peace of mind. You people should go, let us have our job back. You people should go, let us live our normal life that we usually live. Go and do that job that you think that you can do in Mexico. Go and do it in America. Anyways, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. If it's karma, I want to know. If it's not karma, I want to know. But I just feel like, and I pray that everything should just go in place on time, and every other person should actually get back to their peace of mind and it's not disturbing your service, because it's actually not making sense. Sure. Subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. Like I said, drop me your opinion in the comment section. And yes, with no further ado, I'm going to be Simba, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I love you guys.